pond is probably one of the best things you can add to your garden to make it really wildlife friendly. It's a source of water, and there's a lot of wildlife that lives in the pond and a lot of wildlife that will visit the pond as well to make use of it. So here you can see underneath the water we've got plenty of pondweed, which is good shelter for frogs and other amphibians, and we've got some plants coming over onto the surface as well. That provides a little bit of shade for when the sun's out in the summertime as well. And then we've got some taller plants here, and that will be great for in the summertime for perching dragonflies and damselflies. When it comes to hedgehogs, they will often visit a garden pond to have a drink of water, and this is a really good example of where there can sometimes be problems getting back out again. You can see that there's a wall running around this pond. It's a very steep side, and this is a problem because hedgehogs struggle to climb out. So what you can try and do is if you can't create a shallow slope sort of naturally with your pond, it's important to try and create an area where they can sort of climb onto this plant and then up onto this ledge, so they've got a way to scramble out of there, and there's no risk then of them drowning. A rain bowl is a really useful asset for any wildlife friendly garden. We're a drought prone county here in Sussex, so it's a great way to save water and collect what falls naturally via rainfall on your rooftop. Providing a source of fresh water in a shallow bowl provides a safe place for hedgehogs and lots of other wildlife to drink, and also birds, they'll have a bath in that as well, so it's a really valuable asset. If you have hedgehogs regularly visiting your garden, you can put some food out by simply offering some meaty cat or dog biscuits, or fresh meaty food is fine too. Just avoid fish and never feed milk and bread, because that's really bad for hedgehogs. They're actually lactose intolerant, so drinking milk can make them really quite sick. At this time of year it's really tempting to give the garden a good tidy up, but it's usually best to resist being too tidy and leave some hollow stems as overwintering sites for insects that hedgehogs love to eat. But also when it comes to your autumn leaves, you can put them to good use by piling them up for hedgehogs to use either as a source of bedding, or if you get them in a nice sheltered spot, they may actually use that as a hibernation site, so they make excellent bedding for hedgehogs. Now you might also be piling up dead leaves, twigs and other garden rubbish at this time of year to light a bonfire, and to a hedgehog that can look like a really nice place to rest. So if you are going to have a fire, it's a really good idea to actually build it on the same day that you intend to burn it, or if you've already got a stacked pile of materials, to move those to a clear area of the garden before you set light. If you can't move it, give it a really thorough check, lift it up with a rake and have a good look inside just in case there are hedgehogs or any other wildlife sheltering in the pile. A simple compost heap is a really great way to recycle your grass cuttings and other garden waste. It's recycled by earthworms and beetles, and these are great natural food sources for hedgehogs, so having a compost heap is a great way of providing plenty of natural food to encourage them into your garden. A small log pile in any kind of area within the garden will provide habitat for beetles and other mini beasts that hedgehogs will love to eat, and it can also provide shelter for the hedgehogs to use themselves, either overnight or for their winter hibernation. You can create a simple hedgehog house by stacking some bricks, and here we've got a big paving slab on the top to make a roof, and then we've just arranged some logs around the walls, supplied plenty of dry leaves. You can add a bit of hay or straw inside to start off the bedding as well if you like, and we've got some more stacked wood on the top there, it has the added benefit of creating more habitat for those mini beasts as well. Here we've put it up against the side of a wall. It's a nice sheltered spot, and the entrance is quite small just to prevent any sort of predators getting inside there. It's very much hedgehog scale to encourage them inside to shelter and possibly to hibernate over winter time. Once your hedgehog house is in position and you've added the bedding, don't be tempted to check on them, and please do leave them undisturbed. Hedgehogs can cover a good couple of miles each night in their search for food, a nest site and a mate, so it's really important that they can access your garden and move between neighbouring gardens. But so often they come across quite impenetrable barriers. So one of the simplest things you can do to help hedgehogs is to create a little hedgehog highway by cutting a small hole in the base of your fence or digging a channel underneath. And you can do that in several points in the garden to make sure that hedgehogs can actually access all these features that you're providing for them.